No game, no play. I'm definitely sure that the journalist here was finally excited to talk about his favorite topics, which is, of course, not video games, but homosexuality. And how homosexuality is treated in the Imperium, right? Like, this is the main reason why video game journalists exist, to talk about that and to complain about Stellar Blade. So apparently, Runescape has decided to cancel the Pride Month event, causing massive horror, dismay, and utter chaos. What I find interesting is that a video game that was coded in a microwave in 2004 is now relevant not because of the gameplay or because of anything like that. It's like, no, does it have boot sex in it? But the boot sex, can we talk about the boot sex? This is what I hear about Western gaming. This is Western culture now. Everything is about the cock and pussy. Either, oh, Stellar Blade, too much tits, too much femininity. No, it's degenerate. It's horrible. Get it away. Or this game has boot sex. Did you notice that, right? And everyone pretends that OnlyFans is the problem. In a society that's utterly brimming with degeneracy, is the only thing people talk about. And they're like, oh, OnlyFans and Pornhub. Well, no shit. No shit, it's a fucking mirror. Anyway, right, let's talk about this. What I find interesting, I don't know if RuneScape or was it like another MMO that treated LGBT buff like it's something sacred, like it was something holy. I remember like that people were dressing in the super straight colors and they were having fun, basically like in-game social interaction, being on the other side of the conversation. And immediately the admins dropped the ban hammer. Like, you're not allowed to protest. You're not allowed to make fun. You're not allowed to mock. This is sacred for us. And so now we're finally seeing a revert in that. Like, now we're finally seeing a CEO going, it's like, yeah, it's kind of risk adverse for our company. And now people are freaking out. Now here's the interesting part, right? There's nothing stopping the community from organizing events. If they had the number, if people were genuinely interested in celebrating Pride Month, there's like literally nothing stopping the community from going in an MMO and organizing a Pride rally. But they don't, because they don't have the numbers and they don't even care. It's not about that, right? It's about authoritarian measures. And this is why you have the strongest backlash against this ideology. It's not necessarily, what they're preaching or that they're advocating, but it's the idea of enforcing your will upon someone else, right? Like, you want to go into someone else's private space and telling them what they are and aren't allowed to think. And the question is, like, with what right? And when you finally manage, like, you force them to think in a certain way because that's what corporations now have in their trust and safety, or because you manage to change the laws in society and include various watered down definitions of hate speech, like, people will comply because they're forced, but you haven't convinced them. Resentment is bubbling. You're creating actual hate. And when people finally have enough, they will use whatever means in order to punish you. Whether it is boycotting a company, whether it is supporting politicians that you hate, even if those politicians hurt them, they will still support them because they will feel happy that they know you are in a miserable situation. And this is the reality we're experiencing. This is where we're at, right? So now you have like CEOs from companies, from video games that no one cares about, basically saying, yeah, well, we're going to pull out of Pride Month because it's just not good for us. It's not good for business, right? And this is what I've been saying since 2016. I was saying, it's like, look, these companies do not support these values. They do not care about these issues. The only reason is because right now it's being viewed as popular. And the moment the Bud Light thing happened, you get this, right? And so, do I think it's necessarily a good decision for the CEO to stop Pride Month? I gotta say, probably not. Oh, but V, what do you mean? I thought you're fighting against wokeness. I don't believe in absolute rigid morality. I apply things based on a context, case-by-case basis. And when I'm looking at this game, right, like, what the fuck is RuneScape? As I mentioned before, it's a game that was coded in a microwave in 2004, right? Very old game. It's not going to attract new players. Like, it's very unlikely it will ever grow. Well, what's happening is that it already has a core audience. And it's running on inertia. And so, changing things risks losing people. You're not going to get more people because you're saying, oh, we're going to drop the pride thing. But you are probably going to lose some people if you do, right? Like any type of change that you're making risks jeopardizing the whole system. So like from a business point of view, I would have said don't touch it. You know, if I was in charge of this Runescape company, what I would have done is like, first of all, I would not have added the LGBT to begin with, right? Like choosing not to do that would have been the best choice because now you wouldn't have to be placed in a position where you have to remove it. But if it was already added and it's already working, you know, like something don't broke, don't fix it. Like that would be my policy just for this particular game. Because the thing is, like, I'm getting what the CEO is going for, but it's not going to work. Like, he's doing the reverse outrage scenario. Up until now, people would have added the wokeness in, right? Like, you have a Marvel comic or something like that, you make Spider-Man gay, all of a sudden people are complaining, you're changing an established character, and then the media goes, oh, look at the bigots, oh, look how many bigots. Oh, you hate bigots, right? They're attacking us. They're attacking. What you need to do in order to fight the bigots is you need to buy the gay Spider-Man. Only by giving money to Disney and the mouse. Haha! Can you fight against the bigots? Join us! Join us in our corporate struggle against the bigots, right? And all of a sudden you get news articles and headlines and Twitter posts and it's trending. And everyone sees that Spider-Man exists, and you're like, okay, maybe I should read a comment to stick it to the bigots. But unfortunately, you know, that stopped working. So now what they're doing is probably the opposite. They're thinking, well, hold on. What if I take the wokeness out? What if I purge the wokeness? Will that cause the opposite outrage, right? Now the decent people are going to complain, and the bigots are going to start coming. The reality is that no, the bigots are playing Stellar Blade. They're not going to play this game. See, there is no such thing as a bigot. What exists is a customer that actually wants a good product. Runescape was definitely a good product at its time, but it's old. Like, it is what it is. You know, you can't have video games that are going to last for 100 years. And so it's got like a small niche community of people that are still playing, but like, let's be honest, you know, if you want to attract new players, well, they have so many other options. Why would they ever care about RuneScape? Especially with a genre that's not even popular anymore. No, my advice would have been to protect its own community, right? Like, just keep having the patched abomination that is RuneScape and is still running today, and pray that it keeps running, you know? Just don't make brutal changes or even small changes, because you risk losing the few people that you have. That's my take, you know. Let me know what you guys think, and as usual, I will see you in the comment section. Take care.